This is Electric Universe Geology Earth News. About 5, 6 years ago, I was driving north on I-5 here in the Sacramento Valley, minding my own business, and I looked off to the right, and I saw this big lump out here, just sticking up out of the middle of nowhere. And I mean, this area is flat. It's like billiard table flat. It's really something. You can see this is a low point, it's the river. But yeah, this thing just sticks up out of nowhere. So of course I got a room, Williams, and then drove over here in the morning and checked it out. And it's called Sutter Butte. And it's really interesting. I have some photographs of it. Let me set the scene real quick. This area, just on the outside of the circle, is incredibly flat with nothing but vegetation, farms of every conceivable kind you can imagine. They're growing everything. It's very fertile ground. And then you get here and it's covered with boulders that look burnt. I thought they were basalt. And a friend and I went and looked after I had been there the first time. We went back and we saw a maintenance guy. There's oil wells everywhere, oil and gas. And we saw one of the maintenance workers. He was afraid we were going to get bit by rattlesnakes because we were in a place where there's a lot of rattlesnakes, and he came over to warn us. And we asked about the basalt rocks, and he said, no, it's burnt sandstone. So the rocks I'm about to show you are burnt sandstone. There are many square miles of these rocks, and there's nowhere for them to have fallen from in many instances. In some, you could make an argument that it might have fallen from a higher point, but in the majority of the places, there's nothing to explain their existence, and they look burnt. And they cover many, many, many square miles. So that's the first sort of red flag. Something unusual is going on here. And then you have these huge pinnacles. These are actually volcanic from what I'm told, welded tuff or basalt of one sort or another. But they're amazingly burnt looking, and it appears as if this is the leeward side, and we're looking to the north-northwest. So windward would have been basically from the north to the northwest. It would appear to me, this is just my best guess, that there's some sort of a vortex going on here. While there's a northerly wind, north to northwest, so you have a prevailing wind direction while there's a vortex, creating windward to the north-northwest and leeward to the south-southeast. This goes way down. I believe they're getting oil and gas from 5,000 feet down, leading me to believe that this valley was 5,000 feet deeper and dry at one time. And then you have this formation, and then it gets covered up with sediment, which is why it's sticking up above the flat surface of the valley. And the oil wells seem to be associated with this formation in this region. There's other places in the San Joaquin Valley and Sacramento Valley with oil, but the concentration seems to be with Sutter Butte, not in this general vicinity. So one more picture. This gives you a nice feel for the burnt quality of this formation. This material, I believe, was hot when it came in. There probably hasn't been a whole lot of erosion. This doesn't get that cold in the winter, so you're not going to have a lot of freezing of water expanding and then causing cracking of the rock. It might have looked very similar to this right after this happened, and that was probably 3,500 years ago, maybe 2,800 years ago, give or take a few hundred years. Anyway, Sutter Butte, it's really something, sticks up. I recommend taking a detour if you're driving up I-5 and checking it out. Thank you.